The U.S. flour milling sector typically is pretty quiet, but in the last 2 years we've had the largest structural change in the business ever. You've had 3 major mergers or acquisitions, however you want to characterize them, that have changed the structure forever. You have seen Ardent Milling come together, creating the largest flour mill ever in the U.S. flour sector, in the coming together of ConAgra and also Horizon Milling. You've also seen 3 major regional mills come together under the Graincraft umbrella, and then you've seen Nicholson out of Japan come to the United States, by Miller Milling, and then by 4 other mills out of the merger of Ardent. So huge changes. The next question then becomes, why is this all happening? And these seeds were sown a number of years ago. You've seen a lot of changes in consumer diet. The other thing is you've seen structural changes in the baking business. You know, for many years you had lots of regional players, and that's changed now, and basically you have 2 big flour millers left, bakeries left in the United States, in Bimbo and in flours industries out of Georgia. So that's changed too. You just don't have as many bakeries, customers anymore. So those changes have made a big change in how flour has reacted. Now a lot of those changes are finished, and so the flour industry has been slow to, is now reacting, is kind of structuring itself properly to the new business. These structural changes, of course, have caused a lot of concern. What does it mean for wheat producers? What does it mean for flour buyers? And what does it mean for industries, for the flour milling industry in general? First of all, let's talk about wheat sellers or wheat producers. The good news about all this is that the wheat producers didn't lose any mills. In all these mergers, no mills were closed. There's still the same number of mills that were kind of pre-merger and now post-merger. So there'll be a lot of competition for the wheat, because these new entities, while they are larger and in stronger hands, and people are concerned about they would be less price competitive, they want to prove to their customers and suppliers really that they can be competitive in the marketplace. Like with producers, a concern about price competition, flour buyers are in the same boat, except they're on the buying side, and they're concerned about will the new entities be competitive in the marketplace. I think there is some concern, and I think a valid concern, about the pricing power that an Ardent Milling will have, as big as they are. But I think as a flour buyer, this is also an opportunity to look out beyond your current supplier. If you're not happy, there's going to be a lot of people, and there's new entities, new sales forces, and the smaller people will be looking for customers too. So I think unprecedented time in the flour milling industry with this huge structural changes. It's going to be very interesting going forward how everybody reacts to these, how everyone finds their market niche, finds their customer niche, and goes forward as the flour industry continues to change.